Some here, Bay House School. We're just going to decorate some of these cakes here. I made some different muffins this week for the competition. It's the decorating either Easter cakes, or I've just done some different flavoured muffins. So these ones here are 2 rhubarb with rhubarb out the garden. These 3 are pear and almond. These 2 are going to be little simnel muffins rather than simnel cakes. These ones, because I've got an avocado cheap, only 6p, I've done avocado and banana. So what I'm going to do first is roll out this marzipan here, which we made earlier. That's on a separate video. This is just a whole egg, or well, half an egg I used because I didn't make too much. Half an egg, some sugar and almonds. So it's basically the same amount of sugar as almonds. Some caster and some I use granular. Actually I did use some golden because I had some. So this one is roughly the same size, maybe a little bit small, but that's big enough. Cut 2 rounds out of this. With this trimmings here, you can make any different shapes you like or eat it, basically. Normally for a cake, you put a little bit of jam on here to stick it on. Actually, so I could cheat a little bit here. We're going to do a tiny bit of jam, normally apricot jam, I haven't got any of that. That's what we would do, apricot glaze it would be called. So these are simnel cakes. They have 11 balls on normally, but one I'm going to do with 1 ball, and one I'm going to put 11 balls on. So this is the sort of size you'd normally put on there. You can stick it, with an egg actually. So I've got a little bit of egg white here, and you can stick it on. If you're worried about a raw egg, don't worry about that because I'm going to get the blowtorch on there. Now these should be 11. I'll just make sure these are a bit bigger than a pea. Let's see how many we've got here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know why. So it's going to make see if this will stick on like a bit of a snowman. Here's my thing here. Let's put that on. I'm going to make a bit of a snowman on there. That's one here. You can normally brush them with egg, and then we're going to use the blowtorch in a minute, and they look a bit brown. So this is a typical Easter cake here. So I'm going to brush the top with egg actually. Then I think these are all going to see. I've never made them. I made big ones before. I've never made them in a muffin shape before, but I thought I'd do that. Don't know if 11 are going to go all the way around here. 3, a bit like a clock face, but obviously not quite as many. 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe I should have made them a bit smaller. 8, 9, 10, 11. Then I'm going to brush them all with this bit of, there's egg white here, but it's egg white with sugar in it because that's what I've started to whisk the brownie up with. So I saved a little bit of that, saved whisking it. And I'll put a bit on this one here. Then you get a bit of colour on it as well. Just this is a typical Easter cake. Blowtorch, as long as it works. Switch it on. It's working. Oh, I have to spin it round, that's right. Push it on and spin it round so it doesn't go off. Make sure you don't do it too near the paper. You can smell that. Yeah, I can smell it. Oh, don't want to do it too colourful, but at least this will kill any. Here we go. So there's some little simnel ones here. Around the marzipan a bit. Maybe I'll wait that cool down and I'll make them look a little bit neater there. So that's about good. Turn the blowtorch off. Great for creme brulees. So leaving that for a minute. I'm going to use that up in a minute. But just make some little shapes. So you could, if you had some food colour, you could make some little fruits. That's why they're marzipan fruits. So I'm going to dry my hands. Then we're going to do the next one, which is macaroon. So in the oven. Let me check if this is done. We've got chocolate brownie, Easter chocolate brownie in here. Let me see if this is done. How long on the timer, Alexa? As you can see, let's see, it needs to be underdone. We don't want to overdo it. Not quite done. Alexa, how long on the timer?
You have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 18-minute timer.
I think that's going to be about right, actually, on that recipe. Okay, so now we've got the simnel cake. Now we're going to do, these ones are normally cooked in Dario molds, which are a bit like a cup, like a little cup, like this sort of shape, and then you cut the top off. So I need to cut the top off of this. So get a little knife. So 81 would be good. This little tomato knife would be okay. And I'm going to cut it off like so. Then it won't be wobbly underneath. We normally do this upside down. This would normally be a lot taller than this. And they normally have a cherry. I haven't got a cherry either. I'm going to try 2 of these. Then I'm going to cut them all in half to show you the middles of the cakes, and you'll be able to see what the different colours of them. This one here has got a slice of marzipan in it as well. You'll see all these in a minute. So we're going to get a fork now. Now I've heated the jam up. Oh, it's gone a little bit thick now, but I haven't got a microwave at the moment. My son took it out there the other day with a plate, and we got one on order from Amazon, so it should be coming soon. So this you put underneath, and you roll it in the jam, which has gone a bit hard. I had heated it up in a bain-marie, and it was nice and runny, but I've been a bit slow. So you'll make sure it's completely covered in jam. You set the bottom, and you can, if I was doing loads of these, I'd sieve the jam as well, but I haven't. You have to be careful here because I'm breaking it up, so you have to be a bit careful. Then we roll it in jam. You've probably seen these in the shops before. When I was in the Navy years ago, I think this is one of the things they taught us in the basic training how to make. Cover the holes upside down in jam. Madeleines, there's two different types of madeleines. These type and the funny shaped ones. You can get a little French madeleine, looking a little bit like a seashell. Lift this up carefully, put it on here. Now I've got half a blueberry here. I've cut a blueberry in half ready. It meant to be a cherry, but I'm going to put a blueberry on it today. We have to make do in this crisis that we're going through at the moment. Say buying the cherry, at least a bit of colour, just to show you this is a good one. This is one thing we don't do at school. I have done it at school a few times, but it's not on one of the year 7 or 8 or 9 or year 10 lists. Maybe I should put this on because it's quite harder than it looks actually. I've done it a few times before at cookery clubs, and I've done it with some classes here and there, but not as a general rule. Sometimes when I've demonstrated it, the cake, we do some cakes in year 8. I've sometimes done it there. Maybe I should do this in the demonstration actually. This would be good because normally we just make cakes and the main skill they're learning is how to decorate them. But I think this would be quite a good thing. So I might change it to do the demonstration. So that's one there called Madeleines. Now I'm going to just make a tiny, I've got buttercream somewhere. Oh, I've got it here. So I've sat it over the hot water. Hasn't melted much in the plastic thing. A little bit of salted butter, or it should be unsalted, it's fine. It's only 1.5%. It's about 1.5% salted butter. Doesn't taste a lot of difference once it's got all the sugar in. Normally you have twice as much. That's what I normally do. But you can do whatever you want. Twice as much icing sugar to butter. Now I'm trying to beat this up. The only trouble is, I think the butter was a bit cold and it didn't heat up very well in the bain-marie because I don't think I left it in there. If I had a microwave now, I'd just microwave it for 5 or 10 seconds. But I can keep mixing this. I think this will be okay. Then I'm going to spoon this on one of them, and then I'm going to try and decorate it as a bit like for Easter. So I've also got some chocolate left, which will be good, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put this on here. This is just buttercream. Oh, you can put some vanilla in. I haven't got any vanilla, so I can't put any vanilla in. You can put any flavour in this. Get a little knife, a palette knife would be better. I haven't got one of those either. Not doing very well. So which one are we going to put them on? So on my map here, let me see which one they would go best on. I'm going to do one on an avocado, and this one. Oh, this one. We might put it on that one because he's been. So you can't see. Well, it's a bit misshapen, I think. These ones are here. So still a bit warm. Normally you let these cool down a bit better, but they're warm, but they're not too hot. So we would let these cool down really. Then we're going to put 3 eggs on. I don't know why. Alexa off. So I reckon that's my brownie done. Now brownies, they're quite hard to tell if they're cooked. It's one of those hard things to tell if they're cooked. Should be a bit gooey. So if you made them at home all the time and you put them in the oven, maybe put the oven on exactly the same temperature and time it. And then when it's cold, you think, oh, I've overcooked it or I've not cooked it quite enough. You could change the timings. I don't make this very often, so here, and I've made it in a dish I've probably never made it in before. So I'm going to say I'm positive to tell them when it's cooked. Some people like it more than others. Cooked more than others. So I reckon this was probably done. Only had 18 minutes. Said 25 minutes on the recipe. So yeah, that's going to be good. It's a little bit soft in the middle. I reckon that's going to be good once it cools down. It might not look cooked, but we normally like it a bit gooey. Then I'm going to cut them out and put the Easter eggs on them once it's cool. But I definitely need to be that cool. If you made them individually, you can make them in here as well. I've got one at school that's got loose bottoms in here, and they're really good, and you can push them out. They tend to stick in here. What you could do is put little bits of greaseproof in here. If you made these would look really good. And I put some chocolate on, but yeah, I'm going to put that on the video, see if I can put it on there. This one here, buttercream. So a little bit more buttercream, depends how much buttercream you like. Now on carrot cake, they normally have cream cheese. So I'm going to put a bit of cream cheese in with the rest of the buttercream and put one on one of the other type here. So that's what I'm here. Now I'm going to get my Easter eggs, which I had just now, and I think they've run off somewhere. Oh, here they are. So, a pair of scissors, or use a knife to open it. A pair of scissors less likely to cut yourself. Cut them off. This bag costs £3, but there's loads in there. Maybe I should count and work out how much they are each. So normally you put 3, maybe I put 3 different colour ones on. 1, 2, 3, and what you could do as well is put some melted chocolate on. Now I'm going to get a bit of cream cheese. So just oh, I've got some here ready out. There we are. So I've got some cream cheese here. Going to get a clean spoon. So I've got a little bit of cream cheese. Oh, this could go in butter. Yeah, this can go in the butter. So this is well known on carrot cake actually. So if I was to make carrot cake, this would be the buttercream they normally have on there. So maybe a bit more. This will probably do 2. Try not to use the low fat one. This one's not as good as the Philadelphia, but it'll be okay for today. You can flavour this with a bit of lemon. Might go a bit runny though, so be careful if you do that. And you might need some more icing sugar in if you do that. So sometimes we put lemon in it. So I just happen to have a wedge of lemon. So I sometimes put one in a drink of water. If I've got one wedge left, one wedge left here. A little bit, I'm only going to put a tiny bit in because it might go too runny once I've done that. So squeeze it, not going to be very much juice out of this. Not much juice out of that. Tiny bit more icing sugar maybe. I put a little bit of lemon juice in there. So, oh, you can put vanilla in it, or some extracts you can put in it. So, sometimes it goes runny when you mix it, especially if it's a low fat one. So this one I think I'm going to put on one of the pear ones. We're going to put one on one of the pear and walnut, pear and poached pear. These are at my garden, these ones here. As you see, it's a little bit runnier now. Get 3 more eggs on this one as well. And I think it would look quite good with some, and I'm going to do different colour ones. So a red, white, and then some melted chocolate. And you can put some chocolate over the top, or maybe a bit of grated chocolate or something. So now all I'm going to do is cut one of each up just to show you. And that's it. So, we're going to get a knife here. So this one is rhubarb. So rhubarb's good. Oh, rhubarb and ginger it was actually. So as you can see, there's bits of rhubarb in there. That's the rhubarb one. This one is the pear one. We're going to cut the pear one up. Quite a big portion of pear in here, probably didn't need as much pear to the ratio of sponge. Pear and almond, so it's a bit like bakewell tart mixture. Oh, this is going to be, I'm going to cut one of the Simnel ones up. This one up here. See if I can cut straight through the middle. And you might see some marzipan in the middle. As you can see, there's some marzipan in the middle. That's Simnel muffin. And an avocado one. This is weird because I don't normally do avocado ones, but seeing I had loads here. This one's got a bit sticky hot banana in it as well. Avocado and banana. Should have like a green tinge, look a little bit like mint chopped chip, I reckon. So in here, this one's gone quite dense. Maybe it needed a bit of extra flour when I made that one, or a bit of extra baking powder because banana and avocado make it a bit wet. So anyway, that's these ones I won't cut up. Anyway, we got these ones here. Anyway, thank you. Have a go. And if you try and make these at home, this is the challenge for this week. I think they'd look good with a bit of melted chocolate, or you can make the chocolate brownie here. Cut these out with a round cutter, and I'm going to melt some chocolate and put it on top. They're going to look good. Well, these ones here, another way to do it as well. Anyway, thank you from Mr. Bloxham at Bay House School.